Welcome to Whispers from the Cottage. Before we begin, take a slow breath, whatever you are carrying into this night, the unfinished thoughts, the quiet worries, the feeling that you should still be doing something. For this little while, you can set it down. Tonight's story takes place in a small stone cottage at the edge of a field. You have rented it for one night, just one quiet night that belongs only to you. The fire is already lit when you arrive. The kettle waits on the stove, and outside, rain has begun to fall softly against the windows. There is nothing you need to decide here, nothing you need to prove, only a quiet evening and a place that is ready to hold you. You can close your eyes. Now, the cottage is waiting. The door opens onto a single room, not small, exactly, only honest, the kind of room that contains everything a person genuinely needs and nothing they don't. A low ceiling with dark wooden beams, slightly uneven in the way of old buildings that have settled into themselves over time. Pale stone walls, thick enough that you can feel the quiet they create. The sound of outside is not loud here. It is absorbed, gentled, held at a respectful distance. The fire is lit in the fireplace on the far wall. Someone came earlier, the owner or a caretaker, someone you will never meet, and laid the fire and lit it and left it burning low for your arrival. There are 2 more logs stacked beside the hearth, ready. The flames are unhurried, orange and amber, and occasional blue at the base, moving without urgency. You stand in the doorway for a moment, still in your coat, still holding your bag. You have not yet decided to put it down, though some part of you already has. The room smells of wood smoke and something older beneath it, stone and time and the particular warmth of a place that has held many evenings like this one. Not your evenings, other people's evenings. But that doesn't make it feel inhabited by them. It feels cleared somehow, ready, as if this room resets between guests, and what remains is only the essential thing, the willingness to receive whoever arrives. You step inside and close the door. The latch clicks softly behind you. Outside, rain begins. Not dramatically, only the sound of it first. A soft percussion on the slate roof, almost tentative, as if it too is just arriving and finding its rhythm. Then steadier. Then the particular sound that rain makes when it has committed to being rain, consistent, unhurried, filling the air outside with a sound that makes the inside feel more complete. You set your bag down. The fire shifts. A log settles. The room breathes. The kitchen is through a low archway, 2 steps down. Stone floor, worn smooth in the center, cooler than the main room, but not cold. A small wooden table against the wall with 2 chairs, one pulled out slightly as though someone sat there recently and forgot to push it back. You leave it as it is. The kettle is on the stove. You did not put it there. Someone did the same thoughtful someone who lit the fire. It is already full of water, already positioned on the ring. You turn on the heat beneath it, and listen to the first small sounds it makes as the water begins to warm. There is a wooden shelf above the worktop. On it, a row of mismatched mugs, the kind that accumulate in rented cottages over years, each one arriving with a different guest and staying behind. Pale blue, dark green, white with a faded pattern of something botanical. You choose one without thinking about it too hard. The white one with a botanical pattern, it is slightly heavier than it looks. Beside the mugs, a small basket. Inside, tea bags of different kinds, a few individually wrapped biscuits, 2 small packets of hot chocolate, a jar of local honey with a handwritten label. Nothing expensive, only enough. The kind of thoughtfulness that does not announce itself. You make tea. The process of it is slower here than at home. Somehow, you are not doing 3 other things at once. You are not half watching something or answering a message or thinking about what comes next. You are only standing in a small stone kitchen in the rain, waiting for a kettle, and the simplicity of it feels almost startling. This is all you are doing right now. This is enough to be doing. The kettle reaches its murmur, then its low whistle, and you pour the water and watch the tea colors spread outward from the bag, that bloom of amber moving through the clear water like something waking up. You carry the mug back to the main room. The fire is still going. The rain is still falling. You are exactly where you are supposed to be. The armchair is beside the fireplace, not a matching set, just a chair, old and wide and slightly faded, upholstered in something that might once have been green and is now the color of a field in November, somewhere between olive and grey, soft from use, the arms worn to a shine at the edges. There is a blanket folded over the back of it, wool, chunky, the color of oatmeal. Someone washed it recently. It still smells faintly of something clean. You sit, the chair receives you without complaint. It is deeper than you expected, and you sink into it slightly, feeling the particular comfort of furniture that has been sat in many times before, that has, in some sense, learned the shape of being used. You pull the blanket across your lap. The fire is close enough to feel, not too hot. Just present that gentle, fluctuating warmth that central heating can never quite replicate, because central heating is constant and a fire moves. It shifts. It offers more and then slightly less and then more again, and your body adjusts to it without effort, finding the warmth as it comes. You hold your mug in both hands. Outside, the rain has found its rhythm. It is steady now, consistent, a sound that fills the space between silences without demanding attention. It is the kind of rain that makes everything outside seem very far away and everything inside seem very close. You look at the fire. There is nothing in particular to think about when you look at a fire. That is what fires are for. Perhaps not for warmth exactly, though they give that too, but for the particular quality of attention they invite. Soft, receptive, directionless. You look without focusing, your thoughts slow without stopping. The edges of things become less precise. The log on the left shifts with a soft crack and a brief shower of sparks, that rise and vanish before they reach the chimney. You do not startle. You are safe here. You have been safe here since the moment you stepped inside, though you are only now beginning to feel it fully. At some point, you put the mug down on the small table beside the chair. You don't remember deciding to, only that your hands, having held it long enough, were ready to let it rest. This is something the cottage seems to encourage without saying so, the setting down of things. You think without meaning to begin thinking, only noticing that you are about what you brought with you tonight. Not the bag by the door, the other things, the ones that don't have weight but travel with you anyway. The thought that you have not done enough this week. The thought that you should be further along in some unnamed way. The thought that you are too much of some things and not enough of others. The thought that there is always more and you are always slightly behind it. These thoughts are familiar. You have carried them for a long time. They have become so habitual that you stopped noticing their weight, the way you stop noticing the weight of something you carry every day. But here, in this room, in this chair, beside this fire, you notice, not with alarm, only with the quiet recognition of someone who has set something down and can finally feel the absence of it in their hands. The cottage does not tell you to let these thoughts go. It does not ask you to resolve them or replace them with better ones. It only offers you this evening, this warmth, this rain sound, this fire, and the simple fact that you are here, not performing, not improving, not being anything other than a person sitting in a chair at the end of a day, holding a little less than she was holding an hour ago. That is not nothing. That is, in fact, quite a lot. After a while, you get up, not because you need to, only because the cottage has more rooms and something in you is curious in a slow and unhurried way about what they hold. The bathroom is small, with a deep bath on legs, and a window above it that looks out onto nothing but rain and darkness. The tiles are old, white with small grey veins, and the tap takes a moment to run warm, and when it does, you hold your hand under it and feel the heat move into your finger. You decide, without debating it, to run a bath. The water fills slowly. You sit on the edge and watch it and listen to the sound of it, which is a good sound, purposeful and contained. Steam rises. The mirror above the sink fogs at the edges. The room grows warm. There is a small basket on the windowsill, a bar of soap wrapped in paper, a few small bottles left by the owner, a candle in a glass jar. You light the candle. It catches on the third try and settles into a small, steady flame. You get into the bath, slowly. The heat is immediate and complete. It moves through your skin and into the places where you hold things without knowing you are holding them. The tops of your shoulders, the base of your skull, the place between your shoulder blades where tiredness tends to gather. You lie back. The ceiling above is low and white, slightly uneven, with a small watermark in one corner that looks a little like a bird or a leaf or nothing in particular. You look at it without deciding what it is. The rain on the window is different in here, closer, more present. You are separated from it by only a thin pane of glass, and the sound of it, combined with the water around you and the candle flame and the distant warmth of the fire in the next room, creates something that is very close to perfect. Not perfect because everything is beautiful or resolved or finished, only perfect in the way that a moment can be perfect when it asks for nothing more than itself. The bedroom is at the back of the cottage, reached by 3 stairs and a door that does not quite latch unless you lift the handle slightly as you close it. You discover this and find it endearing. The room is small, a bed, wide and low, made up with white linen that is thick and slightly cool to the touch, the way good linen is before a body has warmed it. 2 pillows, both full, a quilt folded at the foot, heavy enough to feel like something. 1 window, curtained in something dark, navy or black, you can't quite tell in the lamplight. Outside it, rain, the sound of it on the glass, is quieter here than elsewhere in the cottage, muffled slightly by the curtain, softened. A small lamp on the bedside table, warm bulbed, low, it is already on. Another act of forethought from whoever prepared this place, as if they knew you would arrive tired and be grateful not to search for a switch. You sit on the edge of the bed. The mattress is good, you can tell immediately, the way your body relaxes slightly even from sitting. You press your hand into it and feel the give of it, the way it meets your weight without resistance. This bed has been slept in by many people. People passing through. People who needed one night of somewhere else. People who arrived carrying things and left perhaps carrying slightly less. You are one of those people tonight, and this bed, which does not know your name, which will hold someone else next week and the week after, holds you now with exactly the same care, no more, no less. You do not need to be remarkable to deserve this. You do not need to have earned it. You are here. You are tired. You are a person who needs rest. That is sufficient. That has always been sufficient. You lie down. The linen is cool at first and then quickly warm. You pull the quilt up and feel the weight of it settle over you, not heavy enough to press, only heavy enough to be felt. Present, grounding. The lamp is still on. You don't reach to turn it off yet. You let it glow for a while. It makes the ceiling amber, and the curtains hold their dark shape against the window, and the rain continues its soft, committed falling outside. You think about what the cottage knows, not in a mystical way, only in the way that places accumulate something from the people who have been in them. This room has held sleepers before, many of them women who came for one night, who needed something they couldn't name, who lay in this same bed, in this same rain sound, and let the day finally loosen its grip. It has held women who were going through something, women who were between things, women who were tired in the kind of way that sleep alone doesn't fix, but that a night of being allowed to be only yourself begins to address. Women who thought, coming here, that perhaps they were not quite enough for their lives, their roles. The expectations that had accumulated around them, like furniture in a room that is too full, and the cottage held them anyway, without conditions, without asking them to be more or less or different, without requiring anything other than their presence. It holds you in the same way tonight. You arrived here carrying something. You will leave tomorrow with the same life, the same responsibilities, the same imperfect and ongoing reality of being a person in the world. But tonight, between arriving and leaving, there is this room, this warmth, this rain, and the quiet, steady knowledge that you were enough to be welcomed here. The lamp goes off, not suddenly. You reach for it when you are ready, when the light has done what it needed to do and the dark feels less like absence and more like arrival. The room does not disappear, it only softens. The curtains hold their shape against the faint light of the rain-dark sky. The ceiling is still there, pale and low and slightly uneven. The rain continues. It will continue all night, you think, and find this comforting rather than concerning. There is something about rain that gives permission. It asks you to stay inside. It asks you to stop moving. It falls without effort, without intention, without any purpose other than to fall. And in doing so, it muddles something that is harder for people than it should be. Simply being, not becoming, not improving, not working toward anything, only existing fully in the present moment of a quiet room. Your body has grown heavy in the way that means sleep is near, not the exhausted heaviness of too much, the settled heaviness of enough warmth, enough quiet, enough of being allowed to stop. Your breathing has found its own rhythm without your help. In, out. The quilt is warm. The mattress holds you. The room contains you gently, without pressure, the way good rooms do. You do not need to think about tomorrow. It exists, and it will arrive, and it will bring whatever it brings. But it is not here yet, and this room, this particular darkness, this particular rain, this particular warmth is not tomorrow. It is now, only now, and you are in it fully, without needing to be anywhere else or anyone else or any more than you already are. You are a person who needed one night of being held by a place that expected nothing from her, and this place held you. It is still holding you. It will hold you all night, through the rain and the dark and the slow, small hours, the way it has held everyone who came before you and will hold everyone who comes after. Not because you are remarkable, not because you earned it, only because you are here. And being here is enough. And it has always been enough. And somewhere beneath all the noise of a life being lived, you have always known this. The rain falls, the cottage keeps its warmth, and you exactly as you are. Not as you might be, not as you sometimes wish you were, but as you are right now, in this moment, in this bed, in this quiet. You are enough. You have always been enough. Rest now. Sleep well, dear one. You are safe, and the night will hold you. The fire settles deeper into the hearth. The rain continues its quiet rhythm on the roof. The cottage is warm, the night is gentle, and there is nothing you need to do now. If you are still awake, you can simply listen to the rain. And if sleep finds you, you can let the story fade softly into dreams.